It's James Drums coming at you late night. I think it's number 13 or 14 or something like that. And tonight, instead of going through practice stuff, things I've been working on, I wanted to go through because I think this is really interesting, and I don't feel like enough drummers talk about it, or just enough creative people talk about it, but how they practice. Um, Basically, how I practice, and this has been working really well for me for the past couple of months, is I practice. I pick three things. So let's say like doubles challenge, like a flam thing I'm working on, and single stroke rolls as triplets and sextuplets. Like that's kind of what I'm doing tonight. So I pick those three things, specific things for each, and then I go and I practice them for 5 minutes each. So I'll turn on the metronome or no metronome, whatever I end up doing, and do it for 5 minutes each. And then once I'm done practicing one thing for 5 minutes, I just set my phone alarm. Go to the next one. I do each thing, so it's three things, so it's 15 minutes for one cycle, and I do 3 or 4 cycles of that. So it's usually around 45 minutes to an hour for these three things. And I heard Stanton Moore say this, and I actually think it works for me. Unless I'm like really getting into the zone for something, which is also fun, where you just kind of zone the fuck out for, an hour, 2 hours, where you're just playing the same shit over and over again. You're just really into it. I think this really helps me focus and stay sharp, because I feel like a lot of the times I feel a little either OCD as well as like ADHD. I just feel like sometimes I'm super obsessed about something, which isn't the best way to get better at it. Sometimes you have to let it go and let it marinate over the night or over a couple days. Or sometimes I'm just like, I just can't focus for more than 5 minutes. So 5 minutes is what I found to be a great length, and 15, 20 minutes on something each day. And I think what helps me best is if I do the same couple things, like 5 or 6 things. That's kind of, I rotate them in and out on what I'm working on. So it keeps it interesting day to day, and it also keeps it interesting minute to minute, hour by hour. And it makes practicing fun. I love practicing. It's super, super fun when you get in a rhythm and you have to, it takes a minute to figure out what works for you, but I feel like I've found what works for me, so it's been going really well. So that's kind of it. So 5 minutes, 3 subjects, 3 times through the cycle of 5 on number 1, 5 on number 2, 5 on number 3. 1 cycle, do that 3 times or 4 times if you're feeling so inclined, and then you're good. Move on to the next group of 3. So thank you very much. You guys have a good night.